All right, guys. Well, welcome on into the stream. I feel like I always say this when I do these, but I definitely was not expecting to be on here today. Um, what's up, everybody? Jersey Joker, Philly 600. You farted. That's very nice. Jared Ortega, Search for Adventure Guy, Philly Specialty, Mike Netchie, Martin Edwards. What's up, man? Frankie Ray. Yeah. All right. So I'm very unorganized doing this, but yeah, we got some shocking news this morning. Let's just go ahead and pull it up real fast. Let's see if I can do that. Can I do that? Guys, I'm sorry. I am so unorganized with how I'm doing this right now. I need to stream more often. There we go. All right. So let's see. You guys can see that? Yeah, so basically Zadarius Smith just retired out of nowhere with this post on Instagram. He says, I knew this day would come, but now that it's here, I'm feeling so... Whatever. I'm not reading this whole thing. This is an issue for the Eagles. I mean, first of all, this is just like completely shocking because, I mean, the guy signed with us in the middle of the season. I remember they interviewed him and he was like, yeah, I was always going to play this year. And I feel like out of the Eagles edge rushers, not that they've been particularly good, which we'll talk about that in a minute, but he was probably their most productive one so far in the season. I think, I mean, I'm going to pull up some stats here in a little bit, but like he was leading the edge rusher unit in sacks. Not that it was like a super impressive stat line or anything like that, but it's just like, I don't know, this comes out of nowhere and it gives us a big problem. I mean, I think he had 1.5 sacks in a couple games. And already one of our big problems was the edge rusher position. So now that he's gone, yeah, that just creates an even bigger issue. I would, I'm just shocked at this. Like, I mean, it obviously came out of nowhere. I mean, I kind of understand it. Like, he probably, was contemplating whether he wanted to play, even though he said he was always going to play. And then he gets here. The defense is kind of struggling. Things aren't exactly going great. He, signed up to be on a Super Bowl contender in the last couple of games. It's not looked great. It's really not looked great the entire season. And now that, we're in this position, he's probably at a point where he's just like, yeah, this isn't fun. I'm not enjoying this. I can retire, like whatever. So, sucks because, he was actually like, we already were in need of an edge rusher to begin with. So to lose one that was, I guess, probably your most productive guy and a veteran in that room, it's a problem. It's not good. It's really not good. I mean, I talked about this in my last video, but the edge rusher position right now is, I think, one of the most underrated problems on the team. I think people are starting to realize that, especially after the last game, because I believe it was Zadarius Smith was leading the unit with 1.5 sacks. Then it was Patrick Johnson with 1, and then everyone else had 0 sacks. Like Boucher, he had a decent, like a good first 2 games of the season. Not that he like put up any sacks, but he was like, getting after the quarterback. And since then, he's just been absolutely silent. Azeez Ojulari the past couple weeks has come in. He's played some snaps and he's been solid. Definitely gets more of a opportunity now, even more so than he already had. But it's not like he's like been super productive either. And then there's Jalix Hunt, who, I said coming into the season, I thought he was going to be the Eagles' biggest breakout candidate. And he's just been silent. Like, he hasn't done anything. And I'm not going to like flip out on him because he's he's still a young player. He was drafted in the 3rd round like a year ago out of Houston Christian. So like, it makes sense that it would take him some time to, get going a little bit. But, I just thought it would happen faster, especially after last year and how he looked in the playoffs and the Super Bowl. But they've been silent. And then obviously Nolan Smith is still dealing with that tricep injury. And, he's out through the bye week. So we definitely need him back now. But yeah, this is a problem. This is a big problem. Let's see what some of you guys are saying. Gavin says Howie should have brought back Josh Sweat. That was a huge loss. We should have broke the bank to get him back. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know the ins and the outs of the Eagles salary cap situation, or if that would have even been possible. But yeah, definitely, I think 6 games in, pretty safe to say that the guys we've lost on defense, not just Josh Sweat, but Milton Williams, Isaiah Rodgers especially, like they've been some big losses. And this is another big loss. This is huge because, like I said, the edge rusher position is already a problem. Christopher says that may be a sign that Trey Hendrickson is on the way. Well, I don't think that. I mean, it's not like they cut Za'Darius Smith. It's not like they traded him. I mean, he just retired. So it's not. I don't think that that's the case. And also Trey Hendrickson, I just don't. Again, I don't know the ins and the outs of the salary cap situation. I know they tried to trade for Micah Parsons and they were going to pay him. So maybe it is possible. It's just, I think Hendrickson's like 30 years old, right? And they would have to pay him this huge amount of money and then pay Jalen Carter next year. Like, I don't know. Frankie Ray says, Diana Rossini just said that the reason he retired was a personal decision and it had nothing to do with the Eagles. Okay, well, that makes sense. I mean, maybe he just figured he wasn't enjoying it anymore and he just wanted to be done, which, fair enough to him, but my goodness. 154 of you guys in here on a Monday, well, I guess afternoon now, but I appreciate all you guys. Make sure you hit the like button on the stream. We're so screwed. Yeah, this is a problem. We need another edge rusher for sure now. Today I was planning to go into I'm going to start making a video for probably tomorrow and go into some potential targets that the Eagles could look into at the edge rusher position, especially after the report, I believe, that came out yesterday saying that the Eagles could look to add somebody on defense, specifically a cornerback or an edge rusher. So, I was going to look into that a little bit, but yeah, now definitely going to look more into that because we need to get somebody. Let's see here. Renee, what's up? This is ridiculous. Let's see what I'm missing so many. I'm so behind. Yeah, also CJ Gardner-Johnson leaving has been a big deal. I know that there's reasons for that maybe we don't understand. But I mean, our defense looked soft on Thursday, like really soft. Oh, buddy. Sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear that. That is my little brother. But yeah, I don't know. He's on the Ravens practice squad right now. CJ Gardner-Johnson is. I don't even know. I guess that we can bring him back, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I think there's something behind the scenes. She said, so the whole time he was lying, talking about he built for this and he got juice left. I guess, but I can't really blame him. Like if he came back and he was like, yeah, I don't really want to play anymore. Like whatever. I don't know. I feel like he should have. I'm not going to judge his personal decision. Like I don't know what's going on. Like Renee says, who knows what he's got going on personally. If it were me, I say this like I've played anything close to this high level of a sport, but I don't know. I feel like I'd want to finish out the year, but I'm not going to judge his decision to retire right now. It is what it is. It just sucks because now the Eagles are kind of screwed even more than they already were. Not the best news to wake up to on my birthday. Happy birthday, bro. XXDG Productions. Yeah, not great. Definitely not. Let's see what else you guys are saying. God of Game Day says maybe they moved Jihad to the edge. I don't know, maybe, but I don't know. Nakobe Dean, right? Like he just came back. He hasn't practiced all off season. He's just getting back into actually playing football. So I don't know how long it would take to have him be comfortable and just get him in a spot where he can be the starting linebacker. And also Jahad Campbell's been one of the best linebackers in the NFL for the first 6 games of the season. So it's like, do you really want to move him off of that spot? I don't know. Yeah, they got some work to do. Like they got to add somebody. Um, they've been destroyed at this position all season with injuries and now this. And they just haven't lived up to the expectation, I guess. Ugh. Yeah, this stinks. Appreciate all 170 of you guys in here. Make sure you hit the like button. Ryan says we're so cooked. It's 2023 all over again. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to say that 6 games into the season, but there's definitely some 2023 vibes. I'll say that. It's not great. It's not been great. Mike, appreciate you for the $5, man. He says, this tells me he wanted to do a year with a Super Bowl contending team, but the locker room isn't what he thought it would be. That's what I was thinking. Apparently, Diana Rossini said that that's not the case. And he just retired for personal reasons, but I don't know. It would make sense that, he came here to contend for a Super Bowl. We, you know, were not playing very well. It was pretty disappointing. And he was like, screw this, I'm out. But I don't know. Maybe whatever his reason is. Even if we lose to Minnesota, we need to trade it. Yeah, 100% we do. 100% we need to trade for an edge rusher now. And it sucks because the trade deadline is in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. I don't know. So I guess it'd be 2 weeks from now. Or I don't know exactly what the day is. I'll have some content on that in the next couple weeks. But yeah, I mean, we need someone else. I don't know who that would be. I know Jalen Phillips has been a name that's been mentioned. I know everyone wants Trey Hendrickson. I don't really think that's going to happen, but I don't know. I have to do some research and look into potential options there. But yeah, we 100% need to make a move to get another edge rusher. And also Nolan Smith, when he gets back, he absolutely 100% needs to, break out, have a great year. He doesn't have a sack through the first 3 games. Yeah, this is rough. Stuff just seems to keep getting worse. It's Howie vision. We're all just living in it. Time to make a move, Howie. We have to get someone at 100% again. 189 of you guys in here, by the way. I appreciate all you. Make sure you hit the like button again. Flatliner says Zadarius Smith didn't retire. He quit. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, personal reasons. I'm not going to judge it too hard, but this is definitely hurts. People saying it's 2023, there's vibes, but 2023 doesn't pull out some of the games this team has. Well, I mean, if you go back to 2023, you got to remember that they started the season 10-1, and then they fell apart at the end of the year. And there was problems the entire season, but they pulled out some tough wins. They won a lot of close games, whether it was the Cowboys game at the Link or it was the Chiefs game, and then especially that Buffalo Bills game with Kelly Green. So they pulled out some tough wins. But we got some of the same problems. The offense, again, it's kind of concerning to me that I feel like the offense almost looked a little bit better. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say it looked better under Brian Johnson, but it kind of feels that way sometimes. Not saying I would want Brian Johnson back, but I'm just saying it's not looking great right now. Gavin says this team reminds me of the 2018 team, the year after we won the Super Bowl against the Patriots. Yeah, I could see that as well. I could see that. That was a weird year. We were really banged up that year, especially on defense. And again, we had lost our offensive coordinator, Frank Reich, from that Super Bowl year. And I think it was Mike Groh was offensive coordinator, and things just did not look nearly as good. Yeah, this is a little reminiscent of that, I would say. But 2023, I think, is more fresh in people's minds, so they're gonna automatically go to that one. He said he seems so happy to play just a couple weeks ago. He seems so happy to play last week. Like the guy, I don't know. He seemed like a happy, positive guy. What is that? Oh, there's a stink bug flying around my room. Okay, well that's interesting. Um, but yeah, I don't know. He seemed excited about joining the team and having a chance to compete for a Super Bowl. But I guess the way I don't know, maybe with the way things have been going the past couple weeks, he was already not having a great time playing. So he's like, all right, I'm out of here. I guess I don't know. Philly 416 says CJ Gardner Johnson was a locker room cancer. Leadership is lacking. Someone needs to step up. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. Again, some people say that. I don't think we as fans really have any way of knowing how he was behind the scenes in the Eagles locker room. We won a Super Bowl with him, So I don't know. Got it exactly. Were you in the locker room with CJ? Yeah, who knows? I don't know. Some people say they have inside information as to why he got traded. It wasn't a salary cap reason, apparently. I don't know. I'm ready to move on from that. I don't think he's coming back if it was, in fact, for some reason other than the salary cap. But yeah, I don't know. Kay says, go to the Super Bowl, fall apart. Go to the Super Bowl, fall apart. Anyone see a trend here? Yeah, that's kind of what's happened. 2017 was like, I got to say this, guys. This is like it's not completely off topic. I know a lot of people say the 2024-25 team, like that Super Bowl felt the best. That 2017-18 team has a special place in my heart. That I don't think that's ever going to get topped for me. But anyways, yeah, that year you have the magical run. Then the next year you kind of fall apart. But they ended that season off good. And then they just barely lost to the Saints with the Jeffrey drop and interception. And then, yeah, 2022, 23, we all know what happened there. And then right now, things are a little scary. Like, we got to make some changes. Like, if they don't respond against the Vikings this week, I'm going to be legitimately concerned. I feel like I'm pretty level-headed when it comes to this stuff. So I try not to freak out too bad. But yeah, this specific news today definitely shocked me. Yeah, it's a big problem for the Eagles. We need another edge rusher. We 100% need another edge rusher. When it says, hey, life seems harsh to everyone, regardless of who they are. We don't know what he's going through personally. However, with the way this season has started, that's exactly how I feel about it. Like, could be a personal reason. We have no idea what he's going through. But at the same time, like, it's weird that he retired after we lost 2 games and we got beaten up on by the freaking Giants. And yeah. Gotti India says, yes, you're right about the Brian Johnson thing. Patula should be sent to Pennyback. Dude, like, I think the Brian Johnson offense was ranked, like, was it 8th or 9th or something like that in the league that year? And, like, there was definitely the same problems. Obviously, there's a reason we fell apart at the end of the season. And I think there's elements about this current offense that are better than that. Like, I feel like we're better against the blitz than we were that year. But, yeah. Have you ever considered doing a live Eagles play-by-play broadcast here on YouTube? I have. I've been thinking about it. I like part of the appeal of watching these games. Like, part of the reason I grew up like loving watching the Eagles is watching games with my family. But I feel like I'm interested in doing that. I want to do that. I don't know. I might do like a game here and there throughout the season. We'll see. I don't know yet. I'm not going to commit to anything, but that might be something I do. We'll see. Let's see here. What else do we got? I want to see some more comments, and then we'll see if we can find some more information on what's going on. And then we'll probably go, because this is just a quick stream. But I appreciate all you guys being in here. Let's see here. Sorry, guys. Christopher's trying to be positive. He says, a cornerback and a lackluster pass rusher or pass rush. They still have time to turn things around. Let's just relax and see how things play out. Yeah, like I'm not gonna freak out. I feel like I try to stay level-headed, but we definitely have problems on both sides of the ball. Offense is more concerning to me, but now with this, like this, Za'Darius Smith retiring, I think definitely creates an even bigger problem on defense. We 100% need another edge rusher because our pass rush has been really bad. We still got time to figure things out. It's not been looking great. Philly 416 says this team has seemed to have lost its identity, lack of fire. Yeah, I don't know if it was just no, because I feel like all season we've just kind of looked a little lifeless at times. And we've had moments of looking good and like looking like we're, playing with the right mentality and the right energy and the right effort, but then there's definitely been times where we've looked very soft, especially that Thursday night game. Like Cam Scadaboo and Jackson Dart just absolutely did whatever they wanted to this Eagles defense. So yeah, definitely seems like we've kind of lost our identity a little bit. CJ Gardner-Johnson leaving. I don't know. Like people are saying, when he's here, our defense has that fire. When he's not, kind of don't. So I don't know. Give up the first and get a proper edge rusher. Well, I mean, depends on who you're getting, and also depends on what your cap situation looks like and if you can pay him. Again, I have no idea what the cap situation really looks like. I pretend to know what I'm talking about in these videos, and I do as much research as I can, so I can have a solid idea. But yeah, like I don't know. You'd have to make sure you're getting someone who's gonna be here for a while, and make sure you can pay them, and also pay Jalen Carter and pay Nolan Smith and pay Quinn Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, like all these guys. So I don't know. Gavin Davis says, I feel like Hurts is too careful and doesn't put the ball up in play, something you see from guys like Josh Allen. I don't know. I could see what you're saying to some extent. I think Hurts gives his guys a chance on the deep ball a good amount, but I would like to see him throw with a little bit more anticipation at times, but there's definitely a sense of like really emphasizing not throwing interceptions, which is okay because when you don't turn the ball over, you win games. But you also got to take more chances. Not, I think Hurts, by the way, just so you guys know, like I know Hurts has been under a lot of criticism recently, and I actually talked about this in my last video. But I think Hurts is like way down here on the Eagles list of problems right now. That's just my opinion. So we need a cornerback before we get an edge. Yeah, I was trying to like be on the Keely Ringo support train, I guess. Like, hey, let's give him a little bit of time. Like he looked good against the Buccaneers, wasn't as good against the Broncos, but he's young, he'll figure it out. Against the Giants, he was terrible. He was so bad. So I don't know. Let's see. This is the one thing, this is why I'm not quite ready to compare it to the 2023 team. Now, this last game was really concerning. But Gavin Davis says the defense is better than the 23 team. It's very identical to the 2018 team. So yeah, I think the defense is definitely better than that 23 team. I think they were ranked like 30th. Like they were bad. They were really bad. I don't think we remember just how bad they were. This Giants game looked similar to that at times, I will say, but I think part of it probably had to do with them being on a short week and they were missing a few guys. I don't think the defense is as bad as that 23 team, but definitely not great. And again, losing Zadarius Smith, especially when we already need an edge rusher, is a problem. That helps. I mean, it doesn't help. What am I talking about? It doesn't help. We need someone. We need to add somebody. So it says, Smush Sanders says, this is why I wish Howie would have gotten Harold Landry before the Patriots got him. Yeah, I remember talking about him, and he was definitely an option. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with how he's been doing this season, but we need someone. We need someone out on the edge, like right now. Let's see what else here. We need Trey and Denzel. I think it's a long shot to get either one of those guys. I doubt there's any world where we're getting both, but that'd be amazing if it hypothetically did happen. Reginald said maybe fans were thinking we were going 17-0, win every game like Super Bowl. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Like again, guys, like I feel like I think I said this a couple videos ago, but I was like, if you told me the Eagles were going to be 4-2 after 6 games, I would have taken that. The problem is that there's been these issues throughout every single game that haven't necessarily gotten better or gotten fixed. And then, you're coming off 2 straight losses to 2 teams that I don't think are very good, especially the Giants. I guess the Saints beat the Giants. Like, what are we doing here? So I'm less upset about the fact that they're 4-2. Like, that doesn't really bother me. But the fact that they've lost these last 2 games, the way that they've lost them is what bothers me, if that makes sense. And just the problems we have. We aren't playing with any energy, and the crybaby mentality has spread amongst the team. No way we get blown out by the Giants. At the end of the day, it's an NFL team, but come on. Yeah, I mean, again, I agree. I think we got the Broncos game was really disappointing because they blew the lead. But I think that was just like that one felt, I don't want to say okay, but it wasn't making me panic because it was like all stuff that could have been easily fixed, right? Like the AJ Brown, like slow down on the deep shot and incomplete pass there, and like just all the penalties and all that stuff. Like that's a problem from a coaching perspective because obviously, the team can't be that undisciplined. But at the same time, it's like you can fix those issues. But the Giants game, they just came out and looked soft the entire game, and it reminded me of 2023. So, yeah, that's what concerns me. But that was a short week. Like, I don't know. We'll see what happens when we get our players back. Like, we'll see if they respond this week. I hope they do. If they don't, we're going to be in trouble a little bit. What else? Let's see. Okay, let me see if I can find let me see if I can find any more information about what happened with Za'Darius Smith and what's going on, why he retired. Like, sorry. Someone said Cam Scadaboo and Andrew Thomas retired Za'Darius Smith. I'm trying to find something. Doesn't seem like there's much information. I mean, yeah, he had played in 5 games, had 10 tackles, 1.5 sacks, was probably our most productive edge rusher. So now he's gone. Sucks. Sorry guys, I wish I could bring this up on the screen, but I'm afraid of getting copyrighted / banned off of YouTube because I don't know what's going to come up on Twitter. What else? Yeah, I don't think there's much other information. Was that the deal? I have no idea if this is accurate. Someone said he was signed. I don't even know what his contract looked like. Let me see what his contract was. Just because, yeah, okay, someone made that up then. Hold on. Can you pull this up, please? Thank you. Okay, so he was signed for $4.25 million. His cap hit was $3.45 million. So we take a dead cap hit of I don't know how retirement works, honestly. I'm not going to pretend like I know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't got much else to say about that. Again, Zadarius Smith retired out of nowhere. Creates an even bigger problem for the Eagles defense. Pass rush takes a huge hit. And we definitely need to make a trade now. But I appreciate all you guys being in here. I guess on a Monday afternoon. Barely afternoon. Yeah, this sucks. But I'll have a video out probably, I want to say tomorrow, not today. But yeah, appreciate all you guys being in here. Thanks for hanging out. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next video or stream, because maybe I don't know. I kind of have something that I want to do stream wise, and I might do it, but I don't know if I'm going to do it. If I do it, you'll know about it. You'll see. But yeah. All right. I'll catch you guys in the next one.